Why is it so hard to consistently hit the ball followed by the turf? Well, what you're about to watch is a live lesson that we did with Cindy, who was struggling with exactly that. She was hitting the ground first, hitting some thin shots, couldn't get that downward compression on the shot until we worked on these two things. And in my opinion, these are the most important things that we need for great ball striking. By the end of the session, she was hitting ball followed by the turf consistently and getting that compression that we all want. If you enjoy this, make sure you hit the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, guys, if you want to see a video to help your game every single week. Let's get to the lesson. Cindy, welcome. It's so great to have you here. Cindy's been showing us a golf journal and all the stats and all the notes that you should be making from watching our videos. And the key thing that you said, you want to improve your irons.
Correct.
The Arcos data is saying that you're 2.2 shots down on a 9 index, which is where you'd like to be. You're currently 11.4, is that correct? So, and mainly from 100 to 124.
Yeah.
The data says that between 1 and 124, that's where you're losing your shots. And 35% of the shots are short. Now, you said that because of that, a lot of the ground contact first, where you just, you're not getting ball then turf. So that's a big goal of you today, yeah? Okay, so if we take a look at your golf swing then, Cindy, for the viewers at home here as well, what we'll notice is that really nice solid setup, great setup there. But the first move for you in the swing is we have a little bit of a sway of the upper body. The head moves sort of to the right. We have a little bit of a sway of the lower body. Really nice and solid with the arms. The arms are really good at the top of the swing, but we've created a bit of a gap between your body and the impact line. Now, it really then is hard to get all the way back to this line, but you shift your weight. By the time you get back to impact, you're a little short of that impact line. And the key thing, what the best ball strikers do, at impact, they are fully against that line with all the weight into that leg. Now, the key to this is we want to get you here into this late lead leg, but the way we're going to do it is by creating more of a centered pivot where we can actually turn, keep your head more in the circle, nice pivot motion without any sway. If we can do that, then you'll still shift, and that's going to get you ball followed by the turf. Now, the flight scope data says that you are, I think it was 0.3 up on the ball, and your low point is 0.2 after the golf ball. So if we can get your attack angle to be a little more down, even if it's 1 or 2 degrees, that's going to get that consistency for you, really. So what we're going to really just start with is some rotations here. So your first move is a little shift this way. I really want you to feel as if we can rotate without any of this sway. It's so important that we do this. I think she's bought every Meandmygolf training aid.
She's got the glove on, Andy. She's got the ball striker towel in there. Look at that.
So we're just going to get you used to doing this. Now, really important, whenever we look at it from face on, this is really important because we look and you think, oh, we're moving to the right. So what most people do is they go, right, I cannot move now. Do not move the head. What we don't want to do is focus on what not to do. The way we're going to do it is by focusing on what to do, which is turn as opposed to sway. So let's have a couple of swings. Good. Any difference in the thoughts, the feelings straight away there?
I'm definitely, focusing on that turn, and sometimes I wonder, is that a problem that I lock that? Or?
Good question. We'll answer that in a minute. It's a good question. It's not too much of a problem. We don't mind a bit of straightening. So let's have a couple of swings first of all, where you now feel that you're staying centered and turning.
Very nice.
I mean, it's so, look how straight that is. I mean, Cindy hits it really straight, but if we can just get that contact a little bit better, that's going to make a huge difference. Okay, nice shot. Now there's two things in the setup that I also just want to quickly adjust. And this is just going to help with a little bit of rotation. The feet are very square on. Now the fact that we want to encourage some turn for you, we're just going to flare the feet ever so slightly. It's going to help you turn on the way back a little bit more. You mentioned about the leg. Yeah. This just facilitates a bit of turn on the way back. And even this on the way through is just going to help you move and turn onto that lead leg. So I just want you to do that for me. I'm just going to bring some awareness to one more thing in the setup as well.
So what you're saying there, Andy, it just opens out the hips a little bit more.
Just
and
allows
them
these
to rotate
hips to turn.
more. Yeah?
When we're very square on, it's easy to get more of this sort of sway.
Yeah.
When we open them out, it's so much easier to actually move better. There's one other thing that I forgot to do at the start of but I really want to just change this slightly. If you take your setup, if I asked you there now, where do you feel the weight on the feet in relative to heels and toes? Where would you say it is relative to heels and toes?
I don't feel much weight on here.
Okay.
On here, I probably feel a little bit on my toe.
On your toes, yeah. So there's definitely more weight. I would say the weight is about here.
Okay.
We really want to see it more through here. So when I look at your posture, the posture is really nice, but we are very much leaning forward on the feet. All I want you to do is feel as if we just settle it so we're right through the middle. And we always do this with an alignment stick. And you may have seen this in some of our other stuff. When we stand on the alignment stick, what we want to do is have equal pressure front and back. At the moment, I would say we've got 80% of the pressure here. If you just jump on there for me. This is so important as well, because the more we are planted on the ground, the easier it is to move and use the ground to shift the weight, which is really important for Cindy as well. But now just taking that awareness to the setup. So while Cindy's working at a pivot motion, they're just really trying to stay centered. What we're going to move to in a minute is really the downswing. We're going to use one of our training aids to show Cindy how she can really now focus on getting that ball followed by the turf and really push into that impact line. This is going to make a big difference now in that ball striking. Yeah, nice shot, lovely shot. Okay, Cindy, so this is your ball striker towel. Now, Cindy's been using this. You've been using this for a while, but I asked you earlier, what do you do in order to miss the towel? And you weren't...
Move it.
You move it.
Get it out.
But now what we've got is we can put the towel down as feedback, but now we've got a thought and a focus that's going to help you miss the towel, which is going to be to stay centered and even potentially move a little bit left. So let's put this down. Let's really work at this now. Okay, so I'm going to place it in... I'm going to place it in the level with the A. That's where I'm going to make you work hard, Cindy, today.
Because your videos have sometimes are BC.
Yeah, you're too good for those. You're too good for those. All I want you to do first of all now is, now you've got the ball striker towel, I want you to address the A with the thought now of what we've just talked about, staying more centered. And if anything, if you imagine this line that we had here, yeah, I want to make sure on the way through you can sort of almost move through that line. So you're going to stay nice and centered and then brush past the A. It's easy without the ball, isn't it? Oh, sorry, Pierce.
I knew you were going to do that.
I did it. Ball, isn't it? Oh, sorry, Pierce.
I knew you were going to do that.
What's going on?
I'm not even going to discuss my injury there right now.
So your focus here then, we've got this nice centered pivot.
Getting there.
Yep, that's it. Good. Okay, those last two swings, we're almost 2 degrees down on those last two swings. Okay, what I'm going to do quickly on this as well, look, Cindy, I'm putting the club next to your head, just to have a good rotation. So still rotate for me, and then through. Beautiful, love that. So you stay nice and centered, but then you're still moving this way. That was perfect. Ooh. Nice shot. It's so straight. I wish I was as straight as Cindy.
Yeah, no, you've got no chance of being that straight.
So look at these now, these last four, 1.9, 1.3, 2.3, 2.9. Really good. Really, really nice.
Nice.
Really nice. And again, not loads of turf, but 2 degrees down again. So now we're up consistently around that 2 mark. Oof, that was good.
Really good.
That was good. You were worried earlier, you were like, what about my hands? Should I be trying to lean this? Most golfers are really working so hard at this when it's a really hard thing to change. But what's an easier thing to change, which will have more impact, is where your body is positioned, really. Really, really nice.
Very good.
Look at that, that's one of the best ones.
Yeah, pitching it on that green with this wind, that's really special.
But now you've got a clear focus. Let's make sure I have this centered turn and let's brush past.
Carried 5 yards further than anything you've done today as well.
Oof. Beautiful.
There we go.
Really good. Okay, Cindy, amazing work. Let's have a little look on the screen for you guys as well at the difference that Cindy just made in the golf swing. If we look at the before and after, difference in setup, but the main difference is here is now look at the top of the golf swing. There's no shift of the head, there's no sway of the lower body. And because of that, and because of the work, you know, using this towel and focusing, hitting past, now when we get to impact, we can see that your whole left side now, there's no daylight between you and that impact line. So that's going to make a tremendous difference in you getting that ball followed by the turf. Okay, what we've done with Cindy there is just step 3 and step 5 of our Pure Your Irons blueprint, our 5-step system to help you pure your irons. Make sure you check it out if you want to improve those, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks again.